Sorry about that. I hadn't. Thank you for letting me know. I hadn't unmuted the Zoom either. I think the YouTube's muted. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'll just say welcome to the Zoom. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed the festive period. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, so if you want to join the Zoom, you can join now. The link's in the YouTube chat. So you can join through that to ask questions. And yeah, so the title is The Joy and Freedom of Aliveness. Yeah. So the joy and freedom of aliveness. So 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 I suppose non-duality, what's being spoken about in non-duality, um, at least here anyway, is about this joy and this freedom, this emptiness, this love, this fullness, this nothingness, this everything, however you want to label it. It's this emptying back or emptying out of this attachment, dream, this identification to being someone, to being something, to being a particular thing, a particular object, this emptying out of that, or this collapsing or seeing through of that, this disintegration of that. And then therefore there's this wholeness, there's this completeness, there's this not a thingness, this that can't be found, it can't be limited and labeled as anything. It's total freedom, what's being spoken about. Total freedom, not freedom for a person, not freedom from being human. The human is the human, but it's total freedom because in the world of human, there is pleasure and pain, there's good things, bad things that happen. And so that can't be what's being spoken about. That's going to always be this good, bad, get it, lose it, have it, get it, want it, this movement of change. So it can't be about that. There's something that is free of that. It's free of that. It's empty. It's free of that. It's free. It's so amazingly free. It's free. It's free. And so while that's playing out, this identity, this feeling as if there's someone separate, this separateness, while that's playing out, it doesn't feel free. It feels like a prison. It feels like even when there's joy and happiness, there's still this seeking comes back, this not enough, this wanting to grab something else. It's never going to be enough in that world of form, of things, of objects, of attaining, of pleasure. It's never going to be enough. It's never going to be it. Whatever you seem to attain, no matter how wonderful it is, it can never be it. It's always going to be unsatisfactory, because if this sense of you is there, this sense of you moving through the world, you, which is time, then it can't ever get off that time-based, movement-based reality. And so what's being spoken about is this going beyond that, this pointing so deeply and so clearly beyond that movement, beyond that description, beyond those ideas of time, of space, of movement, of someone. It's a really that's the wrong word, phenomenal. It's really fantastic. It's really fantastic what's being spoken about, what's actually happening. This illusion of time, this illusion of thought, this illusion of what's happening. And it's not illusion as in it's not happening. It seems to be happening. There seems to be objects and form and time. So it isn't a denial of that. That's definitely a part of this. If you're trying to avoid, like, you can't avoid life, you can't avoid form, you can't avoid time. It's not about a denial of that. That appears as part of our human experience functioning. But this is like a seeing through all of that. So while that's playing, there's this seeing through it, this total, can I say merging or collapsing into this. It's this collapsing, this merging of this, so that there is this, and this is not divided, this is full. So even the appearance of division, the appearance of separation, the appearance of time appear, but they aren't actually real. They aren't actually a real thing in their own right. That they appear as appearance, they appear as the play, they appear as this, but they aren't truth. They aren't what they appeared to be. So this is a waking out of that dream of truth, that dream of this is the way things are, this is reality. It's a waking up out of that, a waking out of that, but not for someone. Someone doesn't wake out of that, but it's a waking out of that dream, which was never actually ever true or ever actually real. It's such a primary thing being spoken about. It can sound quite fanciful and quite, what's that word? Like, really big or something. But it is big, but it's also not. It's also such a natural thing that's not hidden or obscured. The only obscuring of it seemingly is that illusion, identification with what's happening, identification with form, identification with thought, with feeling, with ideas, with the body. So this is a natural thing. It's such a natural thing. So while there's that seeking, it always seems as if it's something else, somewhere else. As this feels unbearable, so there's this desperate attempt to get out of it, to seek its way out of it. And so this is like a natural coming back, a natural dropping. natural dropping, naturalness of being, aliveness, which is just here, never left, it's just here, this natural aliveness, this natural beingness, this naturalness, this natural fullness, this natural emptiness. Just here. Just this. Yes, it's beautiful. That that possibility of dreaming that this isn't dreaming time, dreaming space. Amazing. So beautiful. This fullness, this empty fullness, this full emptiness. Hi, Catherine. Yeah, beautiful introduction and clarification. Yeah. So you're welcome to ask any questions if you'd like to join Zoom, or you can write it in the YouTube chat box. But Catherine, you've unmuted. Would you like to speak, or?
Yes. I wasn't sure if anybody on YouTube is writing any questions or comments.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's just, I just feel so caught up, in the person, and it's like there's no other reality of listening to this message now for the last 3.5, 4 years, and it's almost like there seemed to be an understanding, and then there's the realization, no, that was still part of the dream. And the part of the dream as well now is, it doesn't matter how many times I'm going to hit my head against the wall, the wall's not going to change. And so there's a bit of what's the use, and like facing desperation or despair or whatever, because I'm never going to get this.
Yeah.
And there's you know, and yet at the same time, I love listening to speakers like you. And
Yeah.
I don't know why. And yeah, that's that really. Yeah.
Yeah.
I came on your Zooms or listened to you on YouTube years ago.
Yeah.
And someone recently mentioned Kelly, whatever your name is, saying who you were. And I thought, oh, yes.
Yeah.
So, because it gets forgotten, you know, it's like walking on a path and meeting people on the path, and then the path takes me somewhere else, seemingly, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm just going to put forward why I would presume you enjoy listening to speakers speak about this. And it's because when you're listening to speakers speak about this, pointing to this, it's that remembering, it's that resonance, it's that what's being spoken about. It is this like it's alive, it's aliveness, and so there's that dropping of this identification with thinking and who you are, and it's this dropping or this aliveness resonating. This is, and so and so
Mm.
and so while there may be frustration and stories of I can't get it, I'm not getting it, and going on, when there's this hearing of this pointing, it's just not even a factor anymore. That those thoughts and feelings that dissolved or blasted, like it's not, they can't really hold on too strong here. They're exposed what they are, thoughts and feelings, ideas.
I liked your introduction. You know, I said clarification is clarity, because you were saying it's not denying the human part of existence, where the way you said it seems, oh right, yeah, because it's so hard to know when people saying there's no me, and there isn't, you know, it's so vague. And the imagination can, you know, and also some also saying that the world doesn't exist, you know, or is not there or not
Yeah,
real. It's just more yeah, when there's trying to understand, it's just always hitting the
yeah,
head against the wall. And
yeah.
but like you say, there's obviously something that relates or is heard
Yeah, beyond the thoughts, beyond.
beyond the thoughts. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's beautiful.
Mm.
It is beautiful. Like a big dong, like in those monk monasteries, a big dong. What about
Yeah,
you in my life? Dong. I can't get
but
it. Dong. Like it's
yes.
always it's pointing back to what is actually happening rather than thoughts of what's happening. It's so alive, it's so fresh. It's not in time. So this idea of time, of past, of future, of you, it don't exist here. They exist in communicating, in having to communicate is the main reason. Communicating to other humans. wants, desires, reactions. But it's like it's just not true. It's not. It's not. It's not. It doesn't mean anything.
So to me, it's like the desire is there. There's obviously an obvious desire to get something.
Well, I meant more like communicating desires. I want to go out today. I want to get this. That kind of desire I was talking about. You
Oh,
communicate those
no,
desires to people, or
like making getting a drink or
yeah,
preparing some food.
yeah. I am hungry. I am this. I am that. It's we use that as a way of communicating, but without that need, it's just what is. There's nobody. There's nothing. There's no one. It's this this empty fullness, this empty everything. It doesn't require anyone. There's life happening, there's what's happening. It doesn't require there to be someone. Even in the sharing of ideas and desires, I want to go out, I want a drink, even that. I mean who? And this really isn't actually a heady thing at all. It really isn't a heady thing.
Yes, and
Like the who isn't directed to the mind to answer. The who is like it's totally empty. So
well,
totally
it seems
full.
here that it's just mind.
Yeah, yeah. It's all right, yeah, yeah. And that's totally okay. That's totally okay as well.
It definitely feels like, I mean, that needs time as well, but it does feel like a roller coaster.
Oh,
Uh, uh,
what's the roller coaster?
um, I don't know. I guess emotional roller coaster, you know, and appearing that everything's is stuck in the mind, you know,
Mm.
and I know I can't even find. I want to say that there was a point when maybe there was no one, but even that doesn't ring any truth whatsoever. It's yeah.
No, yeah. There is no one. There is no one.
So so if there's no one, but there appears to be. Yeah, it's not. I can't even say what one is. You know, I can't be certain that there is someone. It's just like this frustration or trying to get something.
Mm.
Then if there's no one, that's again is, you know, trying to trying to make sense of what he's
Are
heard.
you, yeah, are you saying you are you are you saying so although you believe or agree that there isn't anyone, you can't find anyone, there's a feeling of frustration at trying to get something.
That's right.
So then you're wondering, why am I trying to get something when there's no one to get anything or to get? Is that what you say? Is that correct, or is it not what you?
Yeah, I don't know. I just
Yeah,
feel it just feel like um I
it
don't know,
feels. Yeah,
end of the road or confusion
yeah,
or
yeah. It feels
um
it feels like it's hopeless and it's like frustrating because you can't do right. You can't get out of it. You can't get to
yeah,
the end of it. You can't sort it out and be like, that's it. I
yeah.
found the solution. I found the end. Or
In your
yeah,
introduction you mentioned this, that you want to escape from the person wants to escape from itself in a way, and maybe that's not what you said exactly, but you did mention um
yeah,
trying to escape or yeah,
yeah. Like it's trying to be something. It's trying it's trying to yeah be something. It's trying
to
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 get
latch to
something.
latch on to
Trying to live
something.
and be someone. But
Yeah, or to
yeah,
latch on to something that
yeah, that
it
gives it
can be
validity.
kept. Sorry.
That gives it validity. Like it's real. It wants to appear real and concrete and
Yeah, or that the thing that they want to get is not going to go away, but that's part of the in a way I feel I've heard too much,
mm,
and you take it on as a knowledge, and I could bring all the knowledge and it's not going to help me whatsoever.
yeah,
it,
yeah,
it,
yeah, totally, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why it feels frustrating. You can't get anywhere
yeah,
with it. Yeah,
yes, yeah.
yeah.
And yet that's just how it's been.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, that's another explanation. I feel I've heard too much,
Yeah,
and
and you
this.
can't get out of it.
No,
No, no. But that's the limitation. That's the limitation that it's stuck in its own self. It's stuck in its own wheel. It's stuck in its own prison.
yeah.
And yet there's this freedom that's untouched by any of that. It's just here. It's just here. Not touched, not imprisoned, free. It's not a thought or an idea or a belief or a story or a concept. It needs none of that. It just is. Just is.
It's this wall. It's this wall. You know, because whatever you're saying cannot be understood. So it feels like a brick wall. And I can't get
It
rid. I
doesn't.
can't get rid of a self that doesn't exist. So
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't need to
it's
be
just
understood, really. It's already fact. It doesn't need to be understood. It's already the way it is. It needs nothing. It already is everything. It already is you. It already is everything. The room, the computer is here. The screen, the light is already everything. It's already that breath. It's already looking. It's already listening and speaking.
See, and it's called freedom, and that feels to me like a prison. It's
Sorry, what's freedom's a prison?
yeah, it feels like a prison, I don't know, even that also is just a word. And yeah, maybe it feels claustrophobic. Looking for a freedom that is not this.
Yeah, it's another movement
Yeah,
for freedom. So of course it would feel imprisoned because it's a movement. It's not. It's not. Yeah, it's still seeking. It's still looking.
yeah.
But what's been pointed to is freedom already.
So the wandering and the seeking
Mm.
is freedom as well, and
Yeah, appearing
it
as
doesn't feel good.
no, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. So you
Right.
could say, what's the point in doing these talks? Because it doesn't really, it doesn't feel good being separate, feeling as if you are a person. It feels
Yeah.
awful. It does feel
Yes.
awful.
But at the same time, there's nothing I can do about it. It it's like you say, it's a wheel. It's just a hamster wheel or whatever.
Yeah. But it's not the way that the mind's interpreting it. It's interpreting it as like a defeatist thing. Oh, I can't do anything. I can't get out of it. I can't fix
Yes.
it. That's not true either. So though it sounds to be true, it isn't true. That's not a true idea or a true thought either. It just sounds similar to what I'm saying, but it isn't.
Mm.
That's a position saying that, oh, I'm actually a real person and I can't now do something. I'm real and I can't now get out of this prison. It's just another
Yeah.
it's dream
Yes. Yes.
of
This
someone. It's not
to yeah, feeling defeated definitely rings
true.
rings the bell here. And it does feel real. It's like, and I can see all of life through that being defeated, or defeatism, if there was something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I don't know if there's a word for it, but yes, I can see all of life and see myself as, you know, this little thing that is completely, well, yeah, I mean, it's totally powerless,
yeah,
but in a negative way, or
yeah, yeah.
but even then, wanting to talk about this as well, because that's what's that's the frustration speaking, or the defeatism speaking. So I don't know if Sebastian wants to talk.
I think he'll come back if he wants to.
Uh,
He came back.
just thank you anyway.
Oh, thank you, Catherine.
I'll speak a bit more then. Sorry, I just had some thoughts come up and then they just go so quickly. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Sebastian's put in the chat, what is real? Don't know whether you can see the chat on the YouTube screen. Screen. Can you not see it? Okay, yeah. He said, "What is real?" Obviously, the word "real" is a made-up word, but so therefore nothing is real because real doesn't exist. But I would put forward that real is that which is not changing or doesn't change. You could call that real, I suppose. It's not changing. So what isn't changing? What isn't moving? Thank you, Sebastian, for your question. It's lovely. Yeah. I was going to like say a bit more to that, but then I just it feels like there's that two parts to that. So the what isn't moving, what isn't changing. And then the question is, what is moving or what is changing? Because they aren't different. But yeah. In the chat, Thomas is saying how to get unstuck from thoughts and feelings. Yeah, yeah. But so obviously that's a really root fundamental question. But you have to like look at that question, like look at the core of that question as well. Like what wants to get unstuck from thoughts and feelings? What is this core position or person that wants to get unstuck from thoughts and feelings? That feels identified and attached to thoughts and feelings. Like who or what believes it can get unstuck and be something separate from thoughts and feelings. Who would you be unstuck from the thoughts and feelings? If I said do this, 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 and then you'll be free from thoughts and feelings, who would you then be? Unstuck from thoughts and feelings. What is this? This is unstuck from thoughts and feelings. This already is that. It's the illusion that thinks it's something in this. This is free. It's not true. Thoughts and feelings have an expression, they have a quality. But they're not rejected here. What is stuck to them? Who wants to get out of them, reject them?
Who was your teacher?
Um, sorry, can you hear rattling? Can you not hear it on screen? No, I can hear rattling. Sorry, it's distracting me. Yeah, who was my teacher? Yeah, that's an interesting question. Who was my teacher? I don't know. I don't know. I can only say that I was my teacher. Yeah, I was my teacher. I was my own teacher. I just appeared in many forms, in many experiences. Yeah, everything was my teacher. Everything was. How did you come to realize this? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Um, so oh, my brain, it's like a floppy sponge. It can't quite grasp a word, a stream of words to make a sentence. Um, so this sense of separation, it just kept playing. It just kept playing, and it made it feel like there was somebody. It made it feel like I was separate, like I was a separate person. It made it feel like I had a separateness to, yeah, just like kept playing, just kept playing and playing and playing, and I seemed to grow, and learn new things and stuff. But yeah, it just kept playing. It kept existing and wanting to, like, it wanted to like be separate, and it wanted to be in charge and drive the dream bus. It wanted to like yeah, be in charge. It wanted to live. Um yeah. Yeah, the drumming thing stopped now. Um yeah, it wanted to just to live, and it wanted to be separate, and yeah, but like something else which I can only call being empty fullness. Um that was aliveness, it stopped like coming through that separateness. It stopped imagining it was that separateness, or let's say it another way, that separateness stopped imagining it was alive. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it stopped imagining it was alive, that separateness, as if it was independent and it was driving and it was in charge and it was a separate entity. It stopped, that illusion of it being separate stopped. Yeah. You could say this took over, which it already is. It was always took over, even when it seemed as if this separateness was driving and in charge. It wasn't really, it just seemed that way. This aliveness was always, let's say, driving or in charge, or all there was. It was just appearing as separate. Appearing as, oh, I'm driving, I'm separate. And it's not true. Was there a lot of suffering prior to realizing this? Yeah, I think being separate, feeling separate is suffering. It's synonymous with suffering, being separate. Yeah, being in time, being limited to time, which is what a person is. It's based in thought in time. This linear experience. This moving forward, within this time-based movement. That is suffering. That you have come from somewhere and are heading somewhere. That's suffering. It's not suffering as an idea. It's not suffering in itself, but it's suffering when that is actually like put on as truth, put on and lived through. I'm someone separate. I'm a storyline in time. That's suffering. So yeah, a lot of suffering, yeah. Suffering in the body mind. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Suffering, yeah. 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 And then there is this. Always. It's been lovely speaking about this. Thank you for speaking on Zoom, and for writing in the chat. Hi, Wilhelmus. So, Catherine. So I'll see you next time. And yeah, lots of love. Bye.
Thank you.